One of the fascinating things about Richmond this year is when they won the flag in 2007, they went into 2018, they had a level of confidence, and perhaps at the end of the year, when they knew they were playing finals again, they're going to finish top two, I think something changed. The dynamic in their heads changed, and they got whipped by Collingwood and they're out. They bounced back and they won the premiership last year. The approach this year has been really low-key. Not doing massive interviews, very low-key. They have set themselves of not falling into the same sort of mental hole or mental position that they fell in after 2017. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I think the coach, by his own admission, in talking with him for the Fox Footy review of the grand final, he felt that they were a bit same towards the end of the previous season where they bombed out in the prelim. They didn't make a lot of changes to the team. Things were just rolling on as in that back half of the season. Whereas at the end of last year, couple of sparks come into that team. I mean, to play a debutant in the grand final, Robbo, it's almost sight unseen.
That's gutsiest coaching move I've seen in my football
That's changing
career.
the course of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, gutsiest move you've seen.
On grand final day, to bring in a guy who's never seen football again. That's as gutsy a selection call I've seen in my football career.
Particularly when he played the previous week and you'd rested a couple.
Yes,
Ross and McIntosh, I think it was, were rested for that availability if there was to be an injury.
We are talking about Marlon Pickett, of course.
Marlon Pickett, of course. Jack Graham got injured. The spot was available. He's had a fantastic pre-season, Robbo, Marlon Pickett. Some of the things he's been able to do in the practice matches, the internal practice matches at Punt Road, frightening. No one kicks a ball like him.
He will play midfield, right? Midfield forward. Does the addition of Marlon Pickett mean, and the much improved, not say much improved, the fact that Dion Prestia won the best and fairest last year at Richmond, he really stood up as an elite midfielder. You got Trent Cotchin playing defensive midfield in there. You got a couple of rotating. Will that allow Dustin to play more forward, or will they continue to play Dustin, Martin, of course, Dustin as a midfielder?
Dusty will do what he likes. He'll go in at centre bounces and drift forward. Second best target, one-on-one in the AFL, inside 50 last year. So why would you want to be anywhere else?
I know.
I know. Richmond know how to entertain. I think the AFL are fortunate that we've got Richmond playing the way they are. I mean, every team's trying to slow down the game. Less cost on turnover. Let's slow it down. Let's make it a 75 points all type game. Richmond say, nah, we want chaos. Come and play our way. Geelong had them at halftime. 60 minutes of laborious, boring football, and then in a heartbeat, Richmond go bang, 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 and they're back in the game. That's the way we want the game to go. Dustin, Prestia, you talked about. Shai Bolton's another one. He's had a fantastic pre-season, dominant in all their internal practice matches. He's one that'll come and stamp himself as a high half forward for the Tigers, and that's where they get you.
People said to me, what's really standing out with Richmond? So, they've got some great players, there's no doubt. But as a team, their ability to learn to play for the team and not for themselves, it's just amazing. And that's what Richmond do really well. Part of it is that the opposition are going to have to break that down somehow. It's not just stopping individuals, they're going to have to break down the Richmond system. You know that more than anybody playing football. Breaking down a system, I reckon, is a lot more difficult than stopping a player. I'm tipping Tom Lynch to win the Coleman this year.
Yeah, same.
I think he's just going to be phenomenal. Jack Rewalt's just an A-grade player, A-grade leader. He'll kick his 40. I'm tipping Tom Lynch could kick 70, 80 goals.
He kicked 63 last year.
Yeah, I know.
Off no pre-season. So you'd think there's more big bags in him this year.
Right now, going into this season, they're the number one seed, and they may even be better than last year.
And what they taught us, it's not about the first dozen weeks of the season. It's about the back half. They're going to be there. We love what they've done. We love what the coach has done, and the captain, under all sorts of pressure 2 or 3 years ago.
Yep.
They can make themselves immortals, Robbo. That's the difference. There could be a statue of Cotchin and Martin right next door to the Jack Dyer statue at Punt Road there, if they can snag another one.
Where they may come apart, Basher's over 31. Is this the season that Basher, body doesn't stand up, and he suddenly misses 2 hamstrings, he's out for 8 weeks, gets 3 to get fit again, says 11 weeks. Titch Edwards, is he still going to be the same player? They're the little things that right now we can't judge on. But I tell you what I do know, I would like to get into Dustin Martin's head, which is impossible, and say, Dustin, you didn't make All-Australian last year. Didn't make it. Didn't win the Brownlow medal either.
Sixth and the best and fairest.
Sixth and the best and fairest. You're going to start playing from round 1, or you're going to wait to round 13, round 14 when it starts? Yeah, that's fine. The greats can do whatever they like, and it contributed to team success. I'd like to see Dustin Martin go from round 1, and I'd like to see him another Brownlow medal. I'd like to see him win another All-Australian Guernsey, because he's good enough to be remembered as the greats of the game. But if he doesn't, we'll welcome you at round 13, round 14, no problem, Dusty. But yeah, just be interesting to see how Dusty goes about it early.
One last question. Yep. Is Rancy coming back in 2020?
I'm not ruling it out. No, I'm not ruling it out. And when Damien Hardwick says, yeah, I've given up on him, oh, yeah, rubbish. Rubbish you have, Dimmer. I know a couple of boys are still in a lot of contact.
He might knock on a lot of doors this year, but Damien Hardwick's might be one at about the bye.